And we're just going to take a quick look at the teams. This is your first heat for Teams Test 4 in lane number 2, repping Egypt, CrossFit 111. In lane number 3, we've got RTF CrossFit Reapers. In lane 4, CrossFit Juggernaut Conquer. In lane 5, Motley Crew Blue. These guys made some moves in the previous event. In lane number 6, the Cape CrossFit Werewolves. In lane number 7, the second CrossFit 111 team, Relentless. And then lane 8, the Unboxed Rookies. Lane 9, Juggernaut Triumph. So 2 of the CrossFit Juggernaut teams in here, 1 of the Unboxed teams, and both of the CrossFit 111 teams. And then just moving on to the workout that's coming up now. So semifinals test 4 for the teams. This is an interesting one. 5 rounds for time in male-female pairs on 2 different stations. So you guys can see on your screens now, your teams are starting on opposite ends of the field.
You know, the thing with that, I mean, if you looked at here, the guys on the row get to actually see what's going on, but one athlete looks like their back's turned from what I'm seeing. Like, that's a tough call, man. You've got to have your communication. As we've said all weekend, when it comes down to teams, you've got to have that communication on point. Like, this widescreen is actually really, really cool to see.
And right there on the screen now, you can see what the workout consists of. So the pairs on your right-hand side are starting out with 10 and 7 calories on the row, 10 synchro alternating dumbbell snatches, and then 15 box jumps. And then on the opposite side of the field, you are starting out with calories on the ski erg, alternating dumbbell snatches at a slightly lighter weight, which is why there's 20 reps as opposed to 10, and then 10 box jumps, however, at the highest box, so a 30-inch box. After both pairs have completed a full round, they'll switch positions for the following round and then swap ends of the competition floor. That means that pair 1 will row 3 times and ski twice, and pair 2 will ski 3 times and row twice. All in all, a lot of work to get done in 15 minutes.
You know, to be honest with you, the way that they've structured these team events is actually beautifully brutal. It's kind of the only way I can say it. Like, you're not going to be able to hide as an athlete if you manage to, you know, pull your team together, no matter what it is. There's no ways you're going to be able to hide. Your weaknesses, as we've said all weekend, are going to get exposed. And it's just a case of you've got to throw down as soon as you can. When you know you've got something, absolutely block out the pain and go with whatever you've got. If you're going to struggle in something, doesn't matter. You're going to have to fight out and give it what you want. But because, let's be honest, there is only one position going to the games.
But here's the thing, I mean, just look at the adaptability of these athletes. That dumbbell weight that you see in the background there, that is still the 40 kg dumbbell for the men and 27.5 for the ladies. So these guys moving straight into 10 synchro dumbbell snatches, they haven't even missed a beat, despite the weight going up 10 kilograms on the previous most heavy dumbbell snatch we've seen.
It has been a big call. I mean, as you would have seen in the individuals, those individual athletes going at those 40 kg dumbbells. I mean, you and I said earlier, I don't own those in my gym, in my box, you know, coaching CrossFit down in Durban. And Matt, I know you don't own them at your box.
Most definitely not.
So from that point of view, it's intense. Now, luckily, of course, the snatch is an entire body movement. You know, like, fun fact, the barbell snatch is the most complex movement in all of sports on earth. Fun fact. There you go, the bottom of your screen, that's Rio of CrossFit 111. Absolute bus of an animal, and he loves himself a snatch. So again, that's all down to strategy. You've got to wait. Like, how do you mitigate the rest? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a case of, cool, I get to rest, but you don't want to cool down. You don't want your muscles to start, like, entering that rest period, but you need to recover as fast as you can.
Yeah, I think this one's going to come down to pacing the machine to your kind of slower athlete on that machine. There's no point in like, for instance, the male athlete over here blasting his row and then getting off and just hanging around for the dumbbell.
Yeah.
Just pacing off your teammate makes it a little bit tricky with the setup of the ski ergs because you can't really see what's going on.
It is strange. Again, although you're facing each other, you can't see your teammate's screen. So you're kind of just talking to them, hopefully, and just being like, or like you said, do you go hammer and tongue and give yourself that little bit extra rest? Or you're going to work as a team together and then hopefully get a little bit further using that communication. Motley crew, they're taking some big, heavy breaths, trying to fill those lungs. Looking good, though. I must be honest. Like, these teams, I mean, these are your fittest teams on the continent of Africa, so there's nothing but love for them. And just watching them throw down is just inspiring.
Right here at Big Motley Blue, you've got Rousseau Wheeler and Morgan Naidu. This is Rousseau's first semi-final event. Morgan competing last year.
No, it really is epic to see how many returning athletes we have this year. And, you know, it's just, and then again, like you said, how many first timers? That's been the big one for me. Just incredible to see that the sport still is growing. You know, new athletes come through. It's not one of those sports that gets very stagnant where people kind of say like, oh, you know, it's harder to get out of the sport than it is to get into it. So it just shows you if you want it bad enough, you'll do whatever it takes to get there and become that athlete.
Cape CrossFit Werewolves now. This was, these teams made a big push in the last event, test number 2. But as you can see, this is a 30-inch height box. So already proving to be a little bit difficult for some of the shorter athletes to get up onto.
Yeah, no, like if you're vertically challenged, you better have that spring in your step. Otherwise, all the drive through your hips, otherwise you're going to come up really short. Luckily, though, the ski ergs, you're just going to use your hips, so you've hopefully got a little bit left in your legs. But like if me and you're a tall athlete and I got those orangutan arms, you get to put a really long pull through using your lower back and then obviously save your quads. But some of the shorter athletes are going to almost a semi-squat to try and get the length of that stroke done through the ski erg.
Monique Schmidt and Trent Stradom on your screen now from the Cape CrossFit Werewolves.
Look, I must be honest, I'm going to call myself a part-time athlete, full-time fathlete. Like, it is, I really do not worry. I'm glad I'm not out there, just being honest. Like, I look at some of these workouts, you know, the armchair athlete and all of us goes, I could do that, or they're not going that fast. I'm telling you now, having been on the floor with these athletes, I am very glad I'm up here with you, and I'm very glad I'm on the floor with the mic.
Right here on your screen now, we've got the third team repping CrossFit Juggernaut down from the Western Cape. That was Tamar and Tariq.
You look at this widescreen, though, it's just, it looks like sheer pandemonium, but trust me, those judges, the staff, they know exactly what's going on. Kent's got them all eating out of his hand.
Yeah, just looking at the widescreen, this is just pure chaos down on the floor, but very organized chaos.
You can see there some of the teams opting to squat down at the bottom of your screen, 1-1-1, having a bit of a breather. They're waiting to get their turn again. Other teams sort of kind of just looking around, waiting to... It's just, like you said, organized chaos. That's actually what I can call it.
So we can see maybe that slightly heavier dumbbell starting to take its toll a little bit. This is CrossFit 111 in lane number 2.
You know, there's been this beautiful blend between strength and endurance, you know, or cardio and strength, whichever the way you want to look at it. So some of your bigger, strong athletes were, let's say, an advantage yesterday, but if you, there you go, you can see it, you've got to get the whole body through, and that absolute frustration from these athletes because they're out here giving it their best, exactly what they can. Unfortunately, sometimes everything you've got is just not enough.
This is the second CrossFit 111 team coming out of Egypt. This is the Relentless team.
I mean, like you said, that is a 30-inch box. That's not an easy thing also, especially after rowing, your legs are taxed. Now they want you to jump on this box and the other team do your snatches. It's just, I'm just glad I'm not down there. I'm not even lying to you. And you, Matt, any FOMO?
Oh, you know, I think we had a plan last year of bringing a team here through to semifinals.
All right.
Unfortunately, 1 or 2 injuries along the way just kind of, you know, put a little bit of an obstacle in the middle of the road for us. And then, yeah, I'm just happy that, you know, I still had an athlete able to make it into the individual division.
Okay.
But I must say, checking out these workouts, this is epic. I mean, anyone that has the opportunity to be down here on this floor right now, throwing down, you know, this is something that, I mean, you could remember forever. So yeah, as much as it would hurt, definitely a little bit of FOMO. But on the bright side, I got to sit up here with you guys.
Fair point, fair point. We get best of both worlds. I get to be involved, and not have to sweat my absolute butt off. But you can see these athletes in the background absolutely sucking in as much as they can, looking for that full recovery. Is Nick Affett there in the orange Puma shirt. Like I said, glorious mustache he's got happening there. You know, I bring him up and he's just left.
All right, here we go on your screen. Just on the right-hand side, you've got Juggernaut Conquer. This is both ends of their team, just on the opposite sides of this workout. This is the second team coming out of CrossFit Juggernaut. Once again, the box throwing in the most amount of teams into the hat. And then Triumph all the way down here in lane number 10.
Triumph, actually, glad to see them back on the floor. I know yesterday a little bit of sickness plagued the team, but you know what? Stepped it back up. They're back on the floor this morning. And again, just giving it horns.
And that's it. Over there, you got Lisa Clarence and Yaku Duplessis. That was just on your screen right there.
Great Bird, great Bird. Oh my goodness me, I do apologize. Matt, take over. I've run out of airtime. I'm going to go reload.
Also another cool, very cool shot coming in here from the top corner of this. Right there, doing the switch over for CrossFit Juggernaut Conquer. And then going back and focusing on 111. Right over there in lane number 1. RTF Krugersdorp Reapers directly next to them in lane number 2. And then this is also a nice team to look out for in the future, I think. This is the Unboxed Rookies. So we've obviously seen the Unboxed Mayhem Africa team absolutely leading the pack through the last couple of events in the teams division. And this is their second team coming out of the same affiliate.
I guarantee you that one athlete is super happy for these soft box jumps because he would have lost half of his shin bone there. So again, like safety is obviously always the main concern with athletes, and having these Rebel soft boxes really are good to see out there. It just mitigates the fear in athletes, especially when your legs are taxed. You're still going to have a crack at as opposed to that. I mean, Matt, I'm sure you've shinned yourself a couple of times.
I must be 100% honest, and that's kind of like one of my claims to fame. I've never missed a box jump. Touch wood, right here
really?
On this desk.
Never, ever, ever.
I've never injured my shin on a box jump.
You superhero. I'm not even gonna lie to you. That's worthy of like a prize in its own, man. I kid you not. I've sconded, flipped over, done a bit of that weird somersault, try and make it look like I didn't nearly die. But you know what? Hey, we've all been there, apparently, except for you.
That's something that I'm gonna hold nice and high. And something I hope never happens because, I mean, I've witnessed a few.
Yeah. I feel like that's a patch we need to get on your weight vest. Like, I can box jump.
All right, just over 3 minutes left in this workout. We still haven't seen a team finish this test number 4.
This is brutal, man. I've got to hats off. Like, if this was Bosman, man, you have outdone yourself, sir. Like, these are some classic movements, just notched up. Like, it takes something simple like a dumbbell snatch. You're like, cool. You think you got a dumbbell snatch? Can you do it at 40? Well, you think you got a bench press? Because every bro, let's be honest, every bro on earth is like, I got a big bench. Like, cool. You may have an 80 kg barbell bench. That's pretty like it. Like, that's good. I mean, I'll give it to you. It's a solid number. But can you do it with 240s, as you saw in the individuals, you know? And then, as well, you saw it this morning in the teams. Can you, dumbbell bench press?
There was no problem repping that stuff out. Just having a look now, the RTF CrossFit Reapers out on your screen. All doing multiple sets of these dumbbell snatches. So once again, particularly the females in these teams, it's quite amazing to watch them just kind of shift the 27.5 kilogram dumbbell around. Back over here, Lisa Clarence and Yaku Duplessis. Lisa Clarence has been in the game for years. So amazing to still see that she is out on the field at semifinals.
And you can see the teams that have basically like almost lived in each other's pocket when it comes to the transitions, the movements, just even the way they communicate and walk, and obviously in synchro. Versus some of the teams that are like, oh, we're here, we're there. But you know what? That's what they say. Hey? Cream always rises to the top.
Just having a look here now and focusing on the second CrossFit Juggernaut team. This is Juggernaut Honka. Michelle van Reenen, your female athlete in that team.
1 minute left to go for these athletes. Let's see what they've got in it. Throw it down. Again, remember, these are your bottom-ranked teams, but they're still fighting for a chance to get back into that final heat and do what they can in the day and a half left.
Yeah, this is the final event for these guys for their Saturday, day 2 of the Rebel Renegade Games. But heading into another big day tomorrow. Some massive weights coming to the team's way tomorrow morning. It's going to be very interesting to see.
That's going to be a lot of fun for like the heavy lifter guys, because I feel like in the teams at least there hasn't been that opportunity to really sling a barbell. You know what I mean? Get heavy on the barbell and let's show the world what we've got here in South Africa under a barbell.
There you go. You can see as we're at the time cap there, Relentless really just pushing his teammate, doing the dumbbell snatch, not waiting for anyone. But RTF looking like they just finished that workout